It's Defender of the Mother Day in Russia and was celebrated with 6 games. My name is Andrea Sachenko and you're watching the KHL Update. We travel to Khabarovsk first for the most important game of the day. Amur play host to Neftekhimik in the first game of the back-to-back. The Tigers recently beat the Wolves on the road for the first time in years. These are the key games for the two teams as they are the 8th spot in the East. And it does not go well for Amur one bit. Timur Hafizov opens up the score in 7 minutes into the first period, and it just gets progressively worse for the home side. Jonas Erland doubles the lead for Neftekhimik with the tip and 3 minutes into the second frame, of assist by Marat Roland. Midway through the period, Erland scores another one to extend the lead to 3-0. Evgeny Alikin with a wrap gift for the Swedish forward. Erland completes his natural hat-trick just a few minutes later as he converts on a power play. He now has 12 goals on the season. Neftekhimik improves their lead to 5-0 before the period expires. Zach Mitchell gets hooked, but he still roughs it past Alikin from the knees. Beauty! Midway through the third period, Damir Sharabzyanov fires a rocket from the point to make it a 6-0 hockey game. They show no mercy. A minute later, 2011 World Junior champion Andrei Sergeyev one-times it home from the point as well to convert on a power play. And 12 seconds later, Sharabzyanov scores his second of the game and 5th of the season to wrap it up. Alexander Shevchenko stops 25 shots for his 3rd shutout of the year, and Neftekhimik soar past Amur. The two face each other again tomorrow, but tonight the Wolves win 8-0 on the road. We move on to Magnitogorsk now, where Metalurg faces Salovati live. First period, Salovat on a power play. Alexander Bormisbov takes a shot, rebound, and Dmitry Kubrashev bats it in. Not gonna count though. It's an obvious high-sticking play. Later into the power play, Evgeny Timkin carries the puck to the net at the other end of the ice. Cross-ice pass, and our hip Kolenko is unable to finish it off. Second period now, Yegor Yakovlev makes a horrific pass from the corner, and Alexander Kadekin rattles it off the post. Magnitka just got lucky there. A little later, Lina Sumer chucks it to the slot from the blue line. Timo Hordikainen tries to bury it, but Vasily Koshchkin makes a grand pet save. Magnitka finally breaks the deadlock just under 3 minutes into the third period. Sergei Mazakin scores his 15th goal of the season. Soon after that, Nikolai Golomin rigs it off the pipe and Eric O'Dell buries the rebound, but there's a distinct kicking motion on the play. No goal. Salovat got back even just a few minutes later. Eduard Gimadov hits the 20 seconds after Magnitka kill up a penalty. It counts off the video review. The game goes to overtime and Sakari Maninen drills it into the back of the net on a power play to win it for the visitors. Salovat take it 2-1 on the road. We travel to Kazan now, where Akbar slays him up against Dynamo Minsk. This one is a high-scoring game. We pick it up from the second. Shane Prince puts Dynamo in the lead as Denis Zaripov makes a horrific turnover. Akbar's get back even later in the period. Andrei Pedan slams it home from the blue line for his 5th of the year. Dynamo get back in the lead before the period expires. Andrei Kostitsyn beats Adam Radeborn to make it a 2-1 hockey game after 40. The game blows wide open in the third. Less than 2 minutes in, Alexander Pavlovich converts on a power play to improve the lead to 3-1. A few minutes later, Mikhail Glukov gets it over the goal line right after Dynamo kill off a penalty. He whiffs on the shot, but it still goes in. A little later, Kirill Patrov snaps it home right over one face-off in the offensive zone. Justin Azevedo draws the only assist. Less than 2 minutes later, Viktor Tikhonov gives Akbars their first lead of the game. It's 4-3 now. Soon after that, Shane Prince scores his 2nd of the game and 12th of the season short-handed to tie it up at 4s. But it's Akbars who go on to win it. With less than 3 minutes on the clock, Denis Zaripov scores on a power play, and that's the game-winning goal. Akbars take it 5-4 on home ice. Next on the menu, Avangard versus Lokomotiv, another interconference matchup. We're less than 5 minutes into the first, and Alexander Svitov beats Igor Bobkov to put Avangard on the board. Wait a second though, they review the play and rule it offside, no goal. Second period, now Loko have a 2-man advantage. Stefan Da Costa throws it to the far post until Launder shoots, and it's gloved by Igor Bobkov. What a save! But a few moments later, Loko score one that counts. Igor Averin gets his second of the season, while Jakub Nakoda and Vladimir Kachov get the assists. And that's the only goal they're gonna need. Ilya Konovalov makes 34 saves for his 4th shutout of the year, and Lokomotiv take it 1-0 on the road. We go to Moscow now for a rivalry game between Dynamo and Spartak. The two will face each other in the opening round of the playoffs this year. It's sort of a preview for the series. The blue and white open up the score in just over 5 minutes in. Slava Kolomin scores his 10th goal of the year. Last time he scored? Well, that was 3 weeks ago against no other but Spartak. Second period now, Daniil Tarasov chucks it to the far post. Timo Pulkinen tries to tap it in, but Pavel Homchenko turns it aside. Spartak bring it back to even just under 5 minutes into the third period. Anatol Nikonsev puts on a great move and scores his 10th of the season. He goes to overtime. Alexander Kokolchev gets in on a breakaway and scores, but it doesn't count. Spartak get a bench minor for too many men on the ice. It has to be decided in the shootout, and it's Vladimir Brooklyn who wins it for the blue and white. Dynamo take it 2-1 in the shootout. Final game of the day takes place in Helsinki, Finland. Jokerit do battle with SKA St. Petersburg. The Jesters get on the board 4 minutes in. Mika Lehtinen fires it home from the high slot on the power play for his 17th goal of the season, and he's a defenseman. But it's all SKA after that. Kirill Marchenko goes top cheese 5 minutes later to bring it back to even. Later to the second period, Ivan Morozov puts St. Petersburg in the lead off assist by Vasily Podkolzin. A few minutes later, Evgeny Karov shields the puck, gets to the slot, and slips it past Antoniemi. SKA now lead 3-1. 8 minutes into the third period, Miro Aaltonen converts on a power play as he darts it from on top of the circle. Late in the period, Marchenko scores his 2nd of the game and 7th of the year on the empty net to essentially put it out of reach. And just a few seconds later, Jarno Koskirana adds insult to injury as it sets the final score. SKA blow past Jokerit 6-1 on the road. And that's it for the KHL update, but do come back tomorrow for 3 more games, including Namur versus Netikimik and Dynamo Riga against Finland Red Star. My name is Andreas Sachenko. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.